Welcome to the realm of astrology. This is your daily astrology horoscope for April 13th, 2021, which is a Tuesday. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is something that I spoke yesterday, that the moon is going to conjunct Uranus, all right? And this happens at about 6:40 a.m. Pacific time, and what this means is a sudden change to your emotions. Why? Because Uranus is sudden, and the moon is your emotional body, it's your heart and soul. So when it conjuncts Uranus, and it conjuncts Uranus once a month, we feel a sudden change to our emotions. And this has a lot to do with Taurus related things, our self worth, our values, how we make money, our skill set. So we'll feel a sudden change in these areas, and it is connected to our emotions. All right, so that happens at about 6:30, 6:40 a.m. Pacific time. The next thing happens at 11 a.m. So let me pull that up for you guys. Around 11 a.m. the moon is going to square Saturn. Okay, you guys can see Saturn here and the moon is here, and they are going to square. Square is a 90-degree angle, and it's considered a challenging aspect. But what it basically means, it spurs you to action. Okay, and as a result of that, there is change. So in this case, before that, the moon and Saturn, they don't really see eye to eye. They don't really feel the best when they are in any aspect. Okay, and especially a square. Saturn is discipline, it's hard work, it's decisions, it's hard decisions. And the moon is our emotions. The moon just likes to go with the flow. Okay, it wants to feel good, and Saturn wants discipline, it wants hard work, it wants you to do things the right way. So Saturn square the moon can feel difficult. Okay, and this happens shortly after the moon has conjuncted Uranus. And what this means is we will have to take maybe some decisions. We may have to develop some emotional discipline, and it may not feel the best. I'll be completely honest, it may not feel the best at about 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, and usually the energy starts to build up 2 to 3 hours before. So maybe starting 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Pacific time, you may not feel the best. You may feel a little stressed. You may feel like you need to change something, like you need to decide something. And this is connected to the life that we are building, the future. It's connected to that. And it's also connected to our self-worth, our values, our skill set, how we make money. These are the things that will come into play. Okay. And the next thing happens on April 14th, 5 a.m., but I'm going to talk about it today because you'll probably wake up with that energy on April 14th. So Neptune is right here at 21 degrees. The moon's going to move to 21 degrees, and they're going to sextile. So this is a positive aspect. Sextile is a 60-degree angle, and it's considered positive. In this case, emotionally, we are feeling like we are connected to the higher realm. We're feeling like that. We're feeling like all the work that we've done with the new moon in Aries, all the action that we've taken, all the changes that we've made, all the decisions that we've taken with the moon square Saturn, now we feel like, yeah, I was called to do it. Yeah, this is for the higher good. So that happens on April 14th at 5 a.m. Sorry, at 5 a.m. So that's the basic aspects the moon is going to make today. And barring that, Mars is here, and the sun, they are still in sextile. I spoke about this yesterday. And what does this mean? Mars is our drive, it's how we take action, it's our courage, it's our will, and the sun is our consciousness. So at this moment, we are feeling very courageous. We are feeling like we're ready to take action, ready to make a change, ready to start new things. And this is extremely positive because the new moon in Aries demands us to take action, demands us to make a change, demands us to make new beginnings. And we are feeling like we can. Okay? So that's another thing that is happening. The next thing that is building right now, it's not exact, is Mars. Mars and Jupiter is here and Mars is here. They are trining. They are going to trine, okay? And Mars and Jupiter are extremely powerful energies. I just told you what Mars is. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is the most benefic planet of the zodiac, okay? It gives gifts, it expands things. And a trine is a positive angle, 120-degree angle. And Jupiter, in this case, trining Mars means that it's expanding our ability to take action, it's expanding our courage, it's bestowing its blessings if we have that courage in ourselves, if we take that action. It's saying, if you take action, I'm going to support you. And it's supporting us in building that new life because Jupiter is in Aquarius. Aquarius is the future. It's the cycle that we are in for the next 20 years that we are building right now. Okay? So that's what else is happening. And Venus today is going to be finishing up in the sign of Aries. On April 14th, which is tomorrow, it comes into the sign of Taurus. And this is significant because Venus does not really like to be in Aries. Aries is a Mars-ruled energy. It's a very masculine sign. And Venus is the feminine. So it does not like to be in Aries too much, okay? And when Venus is in Aries, which it has been for some time, the approach to our relationships, the approach to our projects, how we make money, our self-worth, our values becomes very, let's just do it now. It becomes aggressive. It becomes about let's start now. Okay, that warrior spirit comes into these areas of our lives. And that's great to start things, but then it needs to kind of go away, and that'll go away tomorrow when Venus comes into the sign of Taurus. And Venus rules Taurus. So now we'll approach our projects, we'll approach our relationships, our self-worth, our values, our skills, how we make money, all these things with a more stable approach, with a more long-term perspective in mind. Okay? So that's another thing I wanted to touch upon. And the Sun Jupiter sextile is building. Okay, Jupiter is here and the Sun is here. They're going to sextile tomorrow, but the build-up has started. And as I mentioned, Jupiter is gifts, it's blessings, it expands things, and right now it's blessing our consciousness. So we are going to feel very good. We are in that build-up energy to that. And Mercury, let's talk about Mercury. I haven't spoken about Mercury too much. Mercury is still in the sign of Aries, okay? So mentally, we're extremely focused on building. We're extremely focused on starting new things. We're extremely focused on taking action and taking action immediately, okay? So that energy is still there, and it's going to be there as Venus comes into Taurus tomorrow, but it's going to be a little slowed down by tomorrow, okay? And Saturn's trine to the north node. Saturn is in Aquarius at 12 degrees. The north node is in Gemini at 11 degrees. It is trining the north node, and it's going to be trining it all month. And this means the path that we are moving towards, the north node, is feeling supported by Saturn. Saturn's a builder. It's helping us build towards our goal, towards our path, define it. Okay, so that's happening. And to sum it all up, there's a lot of energy buildup. Okay, Mars is sextiling the Sun, and Jupiter sextile the Sun is going to happen tomorrow. Mars Jupiter trine is going to happen tomorrow. There's a lot of positive buildup today. Venus is going to change signs, so this is the last day of that let's do it now kind of energy. And we'll feel more stable and more centered from tomorrow. Okay? And at the same time, we will still continue to build a lot and build it really fast till April 20th. Because by April 20th, a lot of this Aries energy, the Sun, Mercury, will have moved into Taurus, which is a much more stable sign. Okay? So that's what is happening today. And we may feel a little stressed out. We may feel that because the moon is conjuncting Uranus and then it is squaring Saturn. But that's around from about 6 a.m. to noon, we may feel stressed out. Okay? And that's all for today. And to sum it all up, might be a little stressful, but good things are happening and we have a lot of energy to move forward. Now, I'm not going to talk about April 13th anymore. I'm going to give you a brief background on what is happening, because without context, astrology does not really make that much sense. It does make sense, but it makes more sense if you know the background of what is happening. But if you've seen this part, you can switch off the video right now, and if you haven't, I urge you to watch a little bit more. So the first thing in the background that is happening is that Chiron is here, and Saturn, okay? It's not highlighting. Chiron is here and Saturn is here. They've been in a sextile. They're going to be in a sextile almost all year. And the first time the sextile came exact was on Feb 9th. And around then, we maybe took a decision, or we started to build something, or we took a decision, or we started to build something that would heal our identity. And this energy is going to last the whole year. And by the end of the year, whatever decision you started to take, whatever you started to build will become extremely tangible. So that's the first thing. The second thing is that Saturn, it's here. It is squaring Uranus. The first time they squared exact was on Feb 16th, Feb 17th, around then. And they're going to square exact 3 times this year. And this energy is going to be with us all year. What is this energy? This energy is all about coming into your own, coming into your authentic self. If you thought you were maybe someone else, but with this square, it's going to make you come into your own. Not who you think you should be, but who you actually are. And that someone will become tangible, will become more palpable by the end of the year. Why? Because Saturn makes things tangible. Okay? So that's another background. And going back before that, Jupiter-Saturn conjunction happened in December of 2020, and it began a 20-year cycle that's going to be with us till 2040. Jupiter has traversed most of Aquarius, okay? So we've seen what this 20-year cycle is going to be about, most of it, not completely. But we are going to lay the foundation for the next 2 years till 2023, till Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius. And this foundation that we build, this life that we construct, is going to be with us for 20 years. The next important thing happens a little bit before, in Jan of 2020. Saturn is here, okay, and Pluto is here. Saturn, Pluto, they met up. They conjuncted at 22 degrees of Capricorn in Jan of 2020, and they conjunct once in about 35 to 38 years. The last time they conjuncted was between 1982 and 1984. So in Jan of 2020, that cycle ended and another one began. And this January of 2021, that cycle got more activated. However, we still haven't seen completely the full activation of that cycle, a cycle that will stay with us for the next 35 to 38 years. Okay? And the last thing that I want to touch upon, the second last thing that I want to touch upon is that the nodes are in the sign of Gemini and Sagittarius right now. They were in the same spot between 2001 and 2003. So whatever happened in your life back then between 2001 and 2003, the same themes might be coming up, or you might be taking one step forward in what you started back then in 2001 and 2003. Okay. And the last thing that I want to say is that the new moon in Pisces, which happened on March 12th and 13th, around then, 2021, started a release process, a major release process of the past. And with the new moon in Aries on April 11th, that past was thrown out of the door, a past that has been with us for many years. And on April 11th, a new beginning started, a powerful new beginning. So that's all I'm going to leave you with for today, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Do leave some comments and give me your feedback, because I do want to improve these videos and what you say really helps. So I'll see you guys next time, and bye.